Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Happy Wednesday. It is Wise Women's Wednesday. This is the place where wise women come to get wise. That's what we do. We hang out and we become wise because today is the Daily Dish Show. We're bringing vibrancy back into your everyday life. Don't you love that? Heart, mind, body, and soul. Today is Wise Women's Wednesday. I think probably one of my favorite days. I love to be wise. Don't you? So does Helen. She's here and she's in the house. So is Linda. Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Bring it on in. Bring some friends. There's my girl Yvonne back from her trip. Carla's here from Kentucky. It's so good to see everyone. Thank you again for showing up. I love my girl Beverly, and here she is all the way from California. There's Mary Frances. Look at all of you just coming on in. I just love it. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. Noreen's in the house. Anyway, of course my girl Joanne's here. I would be verklempt if you weren't here, Joanne. And same with you, Lizzie. Thank you so much. Susan, all of you showing up like this, it just lights my heart on fire. You are the best. There's my girl Margot. Here is our quote of the week, Melissa. Check it out. See if you love this. For there's only light if we are brave enough to see it. If only we are brave enough to be it, from Amanda Gorman. Still lights me on fire when I see this. Vanessa's in the house. I see Gwen, and I just missed whoever was there. Anyway, I just love that you're here. There's Priscilla. Hello, Priscilla. Good to see you. Anyway, here we are. It's Wise Women's Wednesday, and can you believe that this week is just so flying by and that we're at the end of January already? But I have a word for you right now. Wise women get out of their ruts and get into a groove. We are going to talk about that. We're going to unpack it. Today is the day to take notes, y'all. To take notes. Yeah, we need a group share. We need a lot of shares. We need to build our community. You know, I was looking at everybody. I'm so grateful for everybody that we have. But I know out there, there are women right now struggling. There are women out there who need us. And I'm telling you, this isolation is not a big bunch of fun, is it? But I will tell you something, that our reaching out, our community, our connection is real and palpable. And I'm telling you, I'm looking for a boat so that when we can get together in person, we're going to do tours on this lake. We're going to do all the things, because that's how we roll. That's one of the reasons why we got this house, is because I'm going to be doing events a couple of times a year. I love them, and I want you here. There's Kimmy. Hi. Carla's in the house. Everybody's in the house. What am I drinking? I get asked this all the time. There it is. This is, and you can see it just sinks to the bottom of my glass, which I love, because a little later I put a little Pellegrino in there. This is hot melt mix, which will help you if you are trying to go from being from a sugar burner to a keto burner. To a fat burner. This stuff is thebomb.com exogenous ketones. Where am I going? Exogenous ketones in a little MCT oil, puts the whole thing on fire and makes you feel great. Don't you love that? Tell me about that. Come on. You can find that on our Saving Dinner site. And of course, you can also find Sleepies at the link, savingdinner.com/show. Do you know that every single week we have a supplement of the week? You know why we do this? I believe that people who shop in bulk should always get a great deal. Always. I do this myself. You can come check my freezer out. You can check everything out. This is how we roll. When we are able to get a good deal, I want to push it right back onto you. And that's what we do. Once a week, we order something big and we get a better deal on it. We pass the savings on to you. So if you put 4 in your cart, we'll charge you for 3 and we'll ship it to you free. Go to savingdinner.com/show to get the deal. This is the only way you can get it. savingdinner.com/show. Okay? Also, and I will tell you, this is, I call this herbal Ambien. Bam, knocks you out. This stuff is so amazing. I'm telling you, it's got all the things in it. You'll find out all about it when you go to savingdinner.com/show. Also, our mugs are in. Look at this mug. Tell me you don't want this. You know you want this. First of all, it's bright sunshiny yellow, and this is just the thing for your coffee. And look at the quote. Don't get mad about the results you didn't earn from the work you didn't do. Boom! That was the cosmic 2x4 coming right through your screen, right upside your head, right? It's a good reminder. You can find out about our mindful mugs, what they are, how they work, and why it's so absolutely essential to get things going. Check it out, savingdinner.com/mug, and you can get them 3 different ways to get them. You can even get it free. Oh yes, free. You have to go check it out though. I'm not gonna spoon feed you. You're too big for that. You wouldn't want me to do that now, would you? Oh my goodness. A collagen challenge is coming. Did you know that? It's coming next Monday. You can find out about that on savingdinner.com/collagen. Right now, we're in the middle of the hydration challenge. Next week, we go to the sprint. Somebody asked me, why do you do so many webinars? And I said, the reason we do so many webinars is 1, for connection, 2, for community. That really is the same thing, but you know. And also, because I find, and I know, and I see, the more educated we are, the more we understand something, the more we are able and capable of doing something. It makes a big, big difference. And you know what else? When we go to that place of doing this, then we're all in. And then we're not having this whole yo-yo thing going on. Do you see that? We stay the course. We stay mindful instead of just going into this mindlessness. We don't need any more of that, do we? I don't know about you, but I am done with mindless. Mindless is just, that's full of regrets. It's full of regrets. Mindful, that gives us the vibrant life that we're always looking for. I don't know about you, but that for me is everything. Show notes. Listen, if you go to savingdinner.com, you can get, there's a pop-up, there's a little sidebar, there's something. You will get our daily newsletter with the show notes from today's show is going to be in for next time. So for tomorrow, you're going to want that. Everybody, we have people who get upset when they don't get their show notes. So we get the email saying, where's my show notes? So if you want them, get them. Go to savingdinner.com and sign up. That's it. And then, you know, whitelist us, travel us from the promotions box over into, you know, drag and drop into the primary if you're on Gmail, all those things. And I'm telling you all these things because it makes a difference, doesn't it? Right? I like to make a difference. Quote deck. If you don't have a quote deck, I'm sorry. What's up with that? These little quote decks are filled to the brim with quotes. Who loves a good quote? Who loves a good quote? How about this one? People don't decide their futures, they decide their habits. And their habits decide their futures. Oh. Every time I say something like this, every time I give you a quote, it should make you go, ooh, you know? We want chills and thrills, don't we? You know, we want something that's going to remind us and take us out of our old garbage. Change happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. Stop it. You're hurting me. Ah! How about this one? An oldie but a goodie. Nothing in life is to be feared. It's only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less. That is Marie Curie. What a gal. What a gal. Yeah, and then, you know, I do these every single week, and we finally just put these together because everybody loves them. I want that. I have them in my life. I have them here. I have everything all around my desk. I have my goal across the room on a big sticky. I have everything. My intentional environment serves me. It serves me, and it reminds me that I'm not hopeless, you know, that I'm powerful, not pitiful. And then we have these fabulous little stands so we can put them on our desk and remind ourselves. We can put them all over the room. We can put them everywhere if we want to. You can stick them on doors, stick them in your car, put them everywhere. There's 52 of them there. savingdinner.com/quote and buy 2. That's the smart thing, because you can have one for yourself and give one away, and you'll get free shipping that way. savingdinner.com/show. We have them all. We have all the quotes. So, okay, and then for those of you who are wanting, we have this, that's right. If you're going to start the sprint with us on Monday, you can still watch the replay, by the way. savingdinner.com/sprint. Okay? Ooh, low battery, only 20% left. That means I'm going to have to talk fast. Sorry about that. I forgot to charge everything. Sometimes it happens. So let's talk about what we're talking about, because we are creatures of habits, right? We can choose a rut, we can choose a groove. And basically, what's the difference between a rut and a groove? Well, I will say, when you get your groove on, when you're creating a new groove, you are in a positive mode and you're going toward the things that you want. When you're in a rut, you're stuck. There's a big difference between a rut and a groove. They might look the same, but they are completely different places. We are creatures of habit. Amen? Have you noticed that? We are creatures of habit. We seem and have this tendency to do the same thing over and over again. We do. And we call those habits. Sometimes they're bad, sometimes they're good, but we have our habits. We have the certain things that we do. And when we can be creatures of the good habits, we feel really good about ourselves. And when we are creatures of bad habits, there's a lot of beating up going on. There's a lot of complaining and frustration, and there's a lot of bad stuff that comes with that. But our words are the thing that create either the rut or the groove. Have you noticed that? When you start to flip these things just a little bit at a time, you're going to start to get things done. And I was thinking about that this morning. As I was, cleaning up breakfast this morning. It was like, Mark if he starts on that bacon, forget about it. I'm like, bacon, smoothie bacon. I'll have the bacon. you know how it is. And I have to get downstairs before he starts the whole breakfast thing, because he will usually have a great, big, huge breakfast. But I'm smelling the bacon and I'm thinking, it's cool. I've been doing smoothies and chia seed pudding bowls and all kinds of stuff for, 2 weeks, right? So I said, okay, you know what? That sounds good. Let's go with some bacon and eggs. So we got the bacon and eggs. And today, I'm cleaning up. The kitchen's already clean. The dishwasher's already unloaded. But after breakfast, I'm cleaning up. And I look over and I've already cleaned everything up. And what do I see? There's some stuff on the stovetop that I missed, didn't clean up. And I said to myself, it's just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now that could be a rut. It's just a little bit. Or take out the rag, go clean it up, because it's just a little bit. Do you see the mind shift there? That is exactly what I thought about. And I thought, if you don't clean up your stovetop, it becomes a project. If you stay in the thing of it's just a little bit, you don't get overwhelmed, you get the thing done. Can you see the difference in that? That's huge. That is huge. 2 different ways of looking at just a little bit. Just a little bit is something that helps you get it done, or just a little bit is overwhelming. It's just a little bit, I'll just let it go. So that it becomes this big honkin' project that you have absolutely no time for. And then then the other project comes, and then the other projects come. Come on! Let's get out of these ruts and get into a groove. Into a groove. This is the stuff that changes your mind. This is the stuff that does it, because our words and our self-talk lead to what it is that we do. We either put ourselves into a rut or we put ourselves into a groove. There you go. And those words, just a little bit, they can motivate you to do the next thing, or you can procrastinate and say, it's just not that big of a deal. And then I say to you, yeah, it is. Just a little bit leads to a whole lot of bit when you're in a rut. Just a little bit in a groove means it's going to probably lead to a whole lot more of good stuff when you're in the groove. There's a big difference there. And this is what I want to encourage you with today. Wise women choose the groove every time, because what did Debbie Jansen just say? Wise women are groovy. That's right. We are groovy. Get into the groove. Get into the groove and start thinking about just a little bit. We talked about tiny habits yesterday. We've talked about all of this, but just this little bit of doing just a little bit makes all the difference in the world. Just a little bit of walking. Take a look at Norma. She walks every single day. Just a little bit. And I mean, probably she's doing miles and miles now, but I'm going to tell you she didn't start that way. Same with Sarah. She gets up, she exercises. Just a little bit, but now she's probably doing more. Just a little bit leads to all kinds of greatness if you're willing. And just a little bit also can lead to your falling apart if you're not willing to do just that much. That's all there is to that. So just a little bit, one flipped thought. You can take one thought and just say, you know, I'm just going to flip that. I'm just going to flip it because it's not serving me. It hasn't worked out before. Why should I hold on to this? It doesn't work. How about that? How about one flipped, outdated belief? You know what? I'm not playing to a full audience here. I'm doing this for myself. That's enough. That belief will flip a whole lot of things that you're doing. It's just one little thing. That's all it is. How about one intention set? An I am intention of what you're going to do with this day. I am going to stay on target with my hydration today. Just one little sip, one little this, one little that. Does it make a difference? Yes, it makes a difference, because one good deed begats another. And watch what happens. Watch your whole house light up, your whole life light up, your whole vision of what you can be light up. Simply because you've decided just a little bit is going to change where you are from the pit of the rut to the absolute exhilaration and vibrancy of your own groove. Just one thing, one sip of water, one meditation done, one exercise, one little thing can change everything. It's just a little bit. Go clean your stovetop. It's just a little bit. Put the dishes away in the dishwasher. It's just a little bit. Do these little things so that you can get the big thing. Do the little things and start watching how when you start to decide that this is outdated, this doesn't work for me anymore, and instead of going into that circle, you jump out of the rut and go to the place of a groove. And you are also creating, by the way, new pathways in your brain as you do it. Because we can outsmart our own brains. I mean, that sounds pretty ridiculous, but it's the truth. We can outsmart it, we can outdo it, we can outmanipulate it. We just need to make a decision about it. That's all there is to. It's time to step away from overwhelm, because every time you say, I am overwhelmed, you become overwhelmed, because that's what your brain does. And by saying just a little bit, well, and you might be buried in chaos, but just a little bit, getting that stovetop cleaned up from this one time from the bacon, it is one victory. And one victory leads to the next, and one leads to the other, and then the next one leads to the other. So keep that in mind as we're getting ready to sprint coming up this Monday. Go to savingdinner.com/sprint if you haven't yet, so you can learn exactly how to do this. And then the second part of it is get into starting to think about your thinking. Think about what you're saying to yourself, thinking about what you're saying to your kids, everything else. If you are bent on wanting connection, on wanting goodness and mercy and all the gracious goodness that's in this life that's offered to all of us, then it's time to step away from being overwhelmed and start to be little bit doers today. Just a little bit. Because just a little bit's not gonna is not going to take you down. Just a little bit is going to take you over from the rut into the groove. And I want to see you shine in your groove. You know, we all have our own groove thing. It looks completely different. Mine looks different than yours. But can we celebrate that? Can we do that? Can we just say, you know what? Your groove is so awesome and so is mine, and let's just celebrate that. Let's stop picking on each other and let's start being together. Let's connect. This is the way that we do it. This is the way that we do it. Peace be with you. I will see you tomorrow at Thursday for Thirsty Thursday. Peace be with you. Bye.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.